I sit out on the lawn and I dream of wearing the green and white and hurling with Cloughbawn. But you see, hurlers are born, they're not made, and I think I left it late. Sure, I didn't get a hurl till I was nearly 28. And sure, I went to the train anyway and I practiced all the drills. Thought I was a devil at the running, but I was useless at the skills. Now, as usual, a game of backs and forwards would always soon begin. I was put behind the goal to drive the ball back in. And I experienced awful difficulty every time I threw up that slitter. No matter what way I twisted and turned, I simply couldn't hit her. Oh, God. But I didn't make the team that year, and I felt very low. Back then there was no lifeline, so I couldn't talk to Joe. But I turned up for the county final, and sure I tugged out with the rest. Oh, the players, they got jerseys, I just wore me vest. Now, our lads played with the wind in the first half, and the other team, well, they played with the ball. And while we were playing with the wind, they were playing with the ball. They scored 2-7, and our lads scored very little. Now, the second half is different. Oh, because we made a great comeback. There was only 5 minutes on the clock and we had them on the rack. Our boys were 2 points ahead and the time was nearly up. And the captain visualising how we'd lift that cup. Even the lads down on the sideline were already celebrating. But of course not me. I was still there waiting to see if I get the chance that I would get the call and get to play my place in this greatest game of all. Now, the number 12 got injured. Oh, a bad blow to the knee. And the manager looked down the bench. No one there but me. He scratched his head. He looked around. His options there were few. And the selector says, we bring on Foley. So what harm can he do? Oh, God bless that poor selector. If only then he knew. Now, we had a grateful forward. They called him Stony Burke. He says, now, you just give me the ball and I'll do all the work. Stick with your man, keep him at bay. Other than that, stay out of me way. Well, no sooner had he said these words and one just come my way. I fixed me gaze upon it and I began to pray. The cornerback stuck up his hand. I just held me ground. He put 5 fingers in the air. He hadn't as many coming down. I slipped the ball out the buck. He was standing by my side. He ran across the open goal. The Egypt drove it wide. And I resolved right there and then. And come what may, that if another one will come to me, I take it on myself. So another ball rained in from high and I went up once more. But the cornerback was ready now, his fingers still quite sore. I was 2 feet in the air when he gave the dirty pull. And before I hit the ground, he opened up me skull. Well, the medics, they came rushing round and the physio says to me, how many fingers am I holding up? Is it 1 or 2 or 3? I looked at him with bleary eyes, just glad to be alive. Says I, could you repeat the question please? Or is the answer 5? Which was then I fell unconscious. And the ref was heard to say, get that fella out of here, there's a minute left to play. Well, they put me on a stretcher and my journey off begun up to the ambulance that was waiting up near our 21. Well, we very nearly made it and all was nearly well. And the feckin' handle of the stretcher broke and to the ground I fell. Another bad blow to the head. And when I opened my eyes wide, to my surprise I seen the slitter by my side. I quickly took it on the hurl and headed for the goalie. And I was sure the crowd were saying, go on now, good man Foley. I was only 5 yards out from my own full back I met. And I unleashed a rasper to the back of our own net. The whistle blew, Cloughbawn had lost. And I had lost the game. And when I realised what I had done, I hung my head in shame. Still, I'll always be remembered, even though I done this dreadful deed. And when I'm 6 feet under, my epi hat will read. Underneath this slab, John Foley's laid. For Cloughbawn, just once he played. In the county final he was seen, where he proudly wore the white and green. It was him that scored the winning goal. May the Lord have mercy on his soul. For Margaret.